What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hoagie from Nerd Enthusiast, and today we are talking season finale of Squid Games. Yes, it just came out. Yes, I just finished watching it. I initially thought it was going to be coming out later into the night, but it actually came out at prime time, so I was able to jump on it right away. And first off, spoilers are ahead. Spoiler alert. So if you don't want to see or hear anything, go somewhere else. But if you want to know or if you want to watch it and see what I'm talking about, stay with us. Before we jump into it, make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Help support us, obviously. And you can also check us out on Patreon. You can check us out on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere social media. Nerd Enthusiast, all one word. I'm Ida Hoagie, by the way, as you know. So, let's jump into it. First off, we got to start by saying this. I'm a huge Squid Games fan. Since the first season of the real show dropped, I've been on it. This was actually one of my Halloween costumes that I got ordered right away. The color isn't perfect, but it is what it is and actually pretty comfortable, so I'll go with it. So these are their final three here, okay? I've been binging the whole thing. I couldn't wait for tonight to come out. So your final three, we got Sam, we got Phill, and we got Mai. Now, these three going in to the final three, Sam and Phill, huge advantage. They're friends. I mean, that's like the dream scenario. And we're going to talk a little bit about maybe where I found some errors in strategy or whatnot. And, maybe some mistakes that could have been fixed. But obviously, you don't know going ahead. So it's hard to think about these things and plan these things out. We knew Sam and Phill were somewhat of an alliance going in. Unofficially, but they've been friends since day one. They knew that they were going to take Mai out. That was probably going to be the case. They go to the dinner, okay? They sit down, they have the suits, the ties, the steak dinners. They eat it up just like the movie. I'm sorry, just like the TV show, and they enjoy it. Now, the game comes out. If you haven't seen it, the game is in the middle. They drop basically a table, and there's three choices to pick from. There is a triangle, a square, and a circle. Now, they say one person's going to have to be eliminated to move on to the next game. So, out of the three, one's going. So who's going to go, right? And how's it going to work? Well, one of them has to hit the buttons. They have to hit one button. And it could either be green, gray, or red. Red, you're out of the game automatically. You're the elimination. Gray, you're neutral, which means you go back, I guess sit down, but you're not kicked out. And then green, you get to move on and you get to pick your opponent for the final showdown. So obviously green is the scenario. Now, Phill and Sam kind of sit back a little bit and think about it and say who wants to go. Now Mai jumps up and says I will go, which I think is the right play there because she knows that Sam and Phill have an alliance. So her only survival chance is to hopefully get green. She could take the gamble, right? She could take the gamble of Phill or Sam going first and getting a red, right? That's what she wants. But if they hit neutral, they're still in. If they hit green, then they get the choice. So a little bit of strategy debate there, but I think she's right in taking that decision in her situation. Now, it could be changed if there was an alliance set up, but when you know there's an alliance against you, I think you might have to take that risk and that gamble there. Now, she goes up and she hits gray. So someone else has to go. So now you have Sam and Phill, and they're kind of like, who's going to go? I think Phill 100% does the right play by sitting back and letting Sam go. Because your expected value by sitting back and not going when your alliance partner is going out there, it's a free roll at that point. Phill is completely free rolling. That is what you want. You should never take that spot. Never take that spot. And by Sam doing that, he's giving up a good chunk of his equity of winning this thing. Because the red light is still there. It's a 50-50 shot. So now he's losing 50% of his equity chance there by playing. 100% Phill makes the right decision. Now, could Sam have backstabbed him if he hit green? Yes, of course. But I'm going to say 99% chance that wasn't going to happen. So by Phill standing back, he gave himself basically a free roll into the championship, into the final two. So Sam goes up, needless to say, boom, he hits the red square. He's out of the game, right? We got the final two. Mai, Sam going heads up. They go back to bed. I don't know how you sleep when you're about to win 4.56 million or lose it all. you know. Now, the one thing I've noticed is they never talk about deals, and I've been trying to watch some TikToks and stuff like that and try to get some behind the scenes stuff, but they never talk about deals. They never talk about anything, which I'm assuming was in the contracts because it's never brought up once. I mean, you would think it'd be like, all right, listen, I'll get 10%, you get 20%, yada yada yada. Never brought it. So either two things happen. One, it's edited completely out, and they don't allow that into the show. They just edit all that talk out of the show. Or two, I think the most realistic situation is when they sign their paperwork and their contracts, they are out. Because I know firsthand you're signing a lot of paperwork because I've been on a game show before. I've been on a game show called Lingo. You can check it out in season 1 with the RuPaul season. And you might have a little surprise ending there with your boy. Anyway, there's a lot of paperwork to sign and contracts. And I'm assuming that one of them, obviously, besides not talking about it until the show's over, was not being able to make deals. Now, if your boy wins, is he going to throw you a little bit of chunk of change after the show if it's not talked about? You would hope so, right? But you never know. So anyway, we get down to it. Final two. We got Phill going heads up. They walk in, and initially it's the Squid Game's layout. So you're like, are they going to fight to the death here? What's going to happen? I don't know. So it is rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That is what they're playing, and a little bit of a twist on it. It looked like there was a fish tank, about 15 to 20 keys is what I estimated. They didn't really give you a count, I don't believe. But it looked about there was 15 or 20 keys in there. Looked like old skeleton keys. And every time you won rock, paper, scissors, shoot, you got to pick a key, go to the safe, try to turn it. If it turns open, boom, you are shipping that 4.56 mil. If it's not, you go back and you play another round. So as we're watching, Mai is absolutely obliterating Phill. I mean, I don't know with the editing what it was, but it looked like she was beating him like 3 out of 4 times, and there was no keys. You know, it would have been crazy if like the first key was like, that's it, the game over. But, you know, as more and more keys go down, like it just gives you a little more sweat, a little more sweat, a little more sweat. You're like, oh, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? And needless to say, Mai comes out on top. She pulls it. She gets it. And she wins the $4.56 million, which is absolutely insane to think about. She said she was using a little bit of strategy and a little bit to get in Phil's head. Maybe that's true. But, you know, it worked out for her. She was very sly near the end. She backstabbed one of the guys in the box. She made friends with the right people, made friends with multiple different allies. Which obviously helped her along the way if you watched the other episodes, which I'm assuming you did. And a lot goes into it. I've been loving watching this, and I was thrilled to find out they are making a season 2. And guess what? Yes, your boy Hoagie, I have applied already. My information's in there. I hope they see this. I hope they want me. I hope I get a chance to be on season 2. I would love it. I'm a huge fan. I've been thinking the strategy, thinking the alliances. I've been like nonstop thinking about this thing. And if you're watching this, you probably have been too. And if you want to join, I'm going to drop the link down below how you can sign up and get a chance to get on Squid Games too. So that's my little review of the finale. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And, you know, look forward to more seasons coming out ahead. Follow Nerd Enthusiasts. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.